Welcome to Savvy Seniors. I'm Mary Dilly and I'm your host. And today we have Connie Smith on the show.
Hi, Mary.
And I don't think I need to introduce her at all. She's a journalist. She's a former anchor for CHCH. She is a community activist. She is one of the most amazing women that I've had the privilege of knowing for years and years. And even with all that, she still hasn't invited me up to her cottage. So
I sold the cottage.
Oh, she sold the cottage.
Yeah,
okay, we're done.
Okay.
We're done for the day. Hello, Connie.
Hi, Mary. Good to see you
Good
again.
to see you.
Yeah.
So tell me, how did you get into journalism?
How did I get into journalism? Well, I grew up in Burlington, went to Nelson High School. I was small for my age, and
You're still teeny tiny.
well, whatever the description is now.
Yeah.
But I was always bullied a little bit in public school, and smallest in the class, all that. And I gravitated toward the drama club.
Oh, all right.
And because I did public speaking, and I won for the city of Burlington when I was like 11 years old.
All right.
And I started to find my voice, I guess. So I'm this little shrimpy, nervous little shy kid, and you know, I'm making a speech and people are actually listening, and I'm taller than they are because they're all sitting down. So that continued through high school. I got involved in the drama club, and but I loved English, and so getting toward, well, I was grade 13, existed then. It was like, so I want to be a high school English teacher like Mrs. Ray, who I adored, our choir master as well. But I love acting too. And then my last year I got involved in reading the announcements.
Oh, okay.
And I went, oh, microphone, this is kind of fun.
Yeah.
And I did it with a fellow who went on to become a very well-known personality on television in Ottawa. So my father met Norm Marshall, talked about Mohawk College, went on a tour, saw the wonderful facilities, and I was hooked. So I took the Com Arts program at Mohawk. I just wanted radio all along. I didn't want TV.
Why? Why did you want radio and not TV?
I just thought radio was so intimate, and it was just a voice, and you're listening, and the whole idea of lights and cameras and clothes and makeup was like daunting to me because I was very insecure that way. And anyway,
you didn't have to worry about wardrobe malfunctions.
You didn't have.
We're not going to tell you.
We're not going to
tell
there.
you what that is.
So we'll put that on the side for now. But anyway, halfway through my last year, Norm got a call from CKVR in Barrie. They're looking for someone. He said, Connie, you got to take this job. I said, no, it's television. And meanwhile, I was begging Con Stevenson at CKOC, where I worked part-time, and CFRB before that. Connie, go into television. Trust me. So I went into television. I was up there for 2 years, which is now CTV2. I did the weather, backup anchor, reported, made all kinds of mistakes, but I learned. Came down to CH 2 years after that, and then I was at CH for 32 years.
32 years.
CTS for 2 years after that. So about 36 years in television, Mary. Like, don't do the math out there. It's okay.
well, it is Savvy Seniors.
Yes.
So
I am.
You're in good company.
I am. And you know, as you know too, Mary, you do acquire wisdom.
You do. One of my last guests just said, I said, how do you feel about getting so old? And they said, no, I'm wise now.
You know, it's so true. If I knew then
don't you wish?
Yes. But I am happier and healthier than I've been in my life. And I don't have the stress. I have the best boss in the world, who is me.
You.
Because I freelance. I'm a professional facilitator. I do MC work, speaking. I do workshops on presentation skills. Don't get me started on the need to learn greater presentation skills. So I'm very happy doing what I'm doing. I'm really committed to two incredible charities that I'm happy to be a part of.
Isn't that nice that you're now retired? Sort of. Will we ever?
I don't know what that word means anymore.
Will we ever be retired? But isn't that so nice that now you have the time to give back? Because as you know, along the way, people help us.
Yes.
And then you get that time to help. And thank God we're in good health.
Yes.
Thank God.
Yes, and I have to interject here. I had a minor doctor's appointment for something not very important, and she's looking at my chart and all that, and she said, "You're not taking any high blood pressure pills?" I said, "No." She said, you're the first person in your age range that I've met in weeks that isn't. She said, you got to tell people that. Tell people how to keep your blood pressure down.
Well, I've got something to put your blood pressure up.
Okay. Uh-oh. My heart's beating faster.
I have something. Oh, my God. CFRB has good news for you. And look who this cutie patootie is.
Oh, yes.
Right here.
Yep. That was 1974. I was in my second year in journalism at Mohawk, and I was so thrilled. I was the only one outside of Toronto that was picked to go on this incredible experience that really set my career on its path.
1974. Who are some of the, I don't know if it's famous or most interesting people that you've interviewed?
Well, wow. Well, I go back to that summer in 1974. Gordon Sinclair, I was on his show. Betty Kennedy, I was on her show.
I went to school with her daughter.
So, I mean, I was on cloud 9, working this little tiny reporter with no experience, working in the best radio station in the country. Over the years, Mary, like, I've interviewed prime ministers. I gave Jean Chrétien his horoscope the night before his first election as prime minister, and all the national media was there, expecting the same old questions. I thought, no. I said, I'm going to read you your horoscope, and he smiled, and that was the clip everyone used.
Oh,
not
that's great.
What he thought about this issue. So I've always tried to be human with the celebrities. I mean, where do I start? Well, locally, like Ian Thomas is a great friend of mine to this day.
You don't
my
have
mind
to,
is going blank.
Yeah, you don't have to come up. It was
Prime
just a
ministers,
question.
movie stars. I went to New York City. I did a lot of traveling in my years at CH. Michael Douglas, Kathleen Turner,
very young Jim
Danny
Carrey.
DeVito, Jim Carrey. He was doing stand-up comedy at the Cowboy Club in Brantford. And I said,
funny.
you are going to be famous one day. I said, you better remember me. And years later, I got a message to him through his sister, Rita
Who's a
Carey.
bus driver here in Burlington.
Well, yeah, dear Rita, we lost Rita.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, so much tragedy in that family. But I got word to Jim, and I sent him that very first interview I did with him.
That's so cute.
And I said, well, what did he say back? He said, I'm glad I got my teeth fixed. So, memories, right?
Right. So your brand is always good news.
Yeah, it still is.
And I think that's why you look fabulous, you're doing fabulous things, you're healthy, because you have such, I don't want to say sunny personality because that sounds, hee-haw, but you do. You always look for the best in everybody and everything.
And it's not always easy to find.
No.
But I think we all are living in a collective depression right now. There's just bad news everywhere. And what I learned from my years at CH is that stories that connect with people are the stories that raise them up, that inspire, and they become catalysts for other people. So you share the stories of tragedy or disaster, but look for the helpers. Who's making it better? You move the narrative forward, and then that inspires other people to jump on board. Well, if they did that, I can do that. Look for the helpers, like Mr. Rogers always used to say.